So guys, this is the second video of photo editing series inspired by Toni Mahfud, right? So here is the tip for you guys. If you want to create an amazing photo just like Toni Mahfud, the very first thing you will notice that mostly the Toni Mahfud's photo contain a kind of jacket which contains a black tone, right? So you can also buy this kind of jacket and just turn your photo editing game to a next level. And guys, do remember that thing that outfit plays an amazing and important role in this particular photo editing theme. So you have to maintain the outfit role in your photo. Just buy the outfit in such a way that it should look more classy and amazing, right? So you have to purchase this kind of jackets or black t-shirts or black pants and also the black boots, right? That also plays an amazing role in photo editing. So whenever you go next time for shopping, don't forget to buy the black and white theme outfits for your photos. So in this video I'll just cover up the process of how to dodge and burn and changing the background just like Toni Mahfud. So before any further ado, let's get straight into the video, guys. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, just type ashvircreations, and if you haven't subscribed yet, then do subscribe and visit our website, that is www.ashvircreations.com. So let's jump to the beautiful and magical world of Photoshop. So the very first thing, all you need to do is just capture some photo in this kind of pose. You are sitting on the terrace or the wall, near the wall, and make sure you have wore the outfit, that kind of black and darkish outfit which really suits the theme of Toni Mahfud, right? So we'll select the photo with the help of quick selection tool and just roll all over the body of the subject and just right click on it, select Ctrl J from the keyboard or layer by copy to make a duplication of the image. Now we're gonna just crop the image for our Instagram, that is 4:5 ratio, and we're gonna increase the size of the canvas, right? So here the upside portion, the canvas is actually not available, so all we're gonna do is just duplicate it and just go to the edit and select the free transform and flip it horizontal way, and we're gonna just increase the size of this particular the wall, right? So here we're gonna just delete this model layer. So first of all, just select the area, press D, delete directly from the keyboard, and again select this much area and just press D from the keyboard, our delete key, right? Now here we're gonna just clone this portion. So all we have to do is just select the area or the models layer, just right click on it and select the fill and fill it with the content aware and just hit OK. So it will just vanish that model from that particular area, and we will get a perfect plain wall which we actually want. So here, as you can see here, we have perfectly done our process of content aware and removing the object from the model. Now again select this area very keenly and we're gonna just delete it with the help of delete key from the keyboard. And here is something remaining, so all we're gonna do is select the area, or we're gonna just press the clone, select the clone tool with the help of S from the keyboard, and just clone it in a perfect way so that no one would be able to identify. Now here you can see the difference, that everyone would be able to identify that you have just flipped it, right? So all you have to do is spot healing, select the spot healing brush, and we're gonna just play with the brush and roll on the area where you want to change the texture of that particular wall, because we don't want everyone else or people to identify whether you have flipped it horizontal or it is a mirror effect. So you have to delete in such a way. Now let's go to the file and click on open, and we're gonna just add a background to the photograph, right? So here is the background. So you can just download this background from the links in the description. Now just drag it and drop over here. Now go to the edit and select the free transform and press Ctrl T, or just press Shift key from the one corner to enlarge the background. Right now you have to place this in such a way that it should look kind of realistic, just below the model's photo, just like this way. Now here, with the help of square mark, you to select this portion that is a cloud or the top sky level, and just increase the size of that or stretch it towards the upward position so that we can get up to the top until the top portion, right? So guys, here is really, in this video we are going to do very minor and precise editing just like Toni Mahfud. So first of all, we have to blur the edges of the cutout thing which we have made, that is a model layer. So select the hard round brush and also the soft round brush and just blur the edges of the cutout thing layer so that it will just merge with the background and it will look more realistic. That is our key point of our editing process. So you have to do this in order to create an amazing natural and realistic look. You have to blur the edges of the model as well as the cutout thing which we have done in this process or in this photo. This will just make your photo to look more realistic. And so here we have almost done our blurring process. So now all we're gonna do is let's just crop the image, just crop, select the crop tool and just hit enter. Now the next thing we're gonna do is just adding a blur to the background. So select the blur and select the box blur, right? And make sure to make around 13% pixels blur. Don't add too much of blur, otherwise your photo will look unnatural, which we actually don't want, right? So just blur it in that kind of way. Now let's just create new layer and create a clipping mask so that it will only be affected on the layer which we have created the clipping mask. Right now select the brush tool and select some kind of dark shadows because you want to create a dark effect over this portion. So change the blending mode to multiply. Now as you can see, it is looking more darker, which we actually don't want. So we're gonna just change the color of that by pressing Ctrl U from the keyboard, that is hue and saturation, and click on the colorize and just make it to kind of brownish color. Increase the lightness and just play with the saturation, and this is totally up to you guys. I want to create that effect, so I'm gonna doing this process. Now let's just select the eraser tool and just remove it from the face if that black color is affected on the face region, then it will be deleted. Now let's again select the Ctrl U from the keyboard, hue and saturation adjustment layer. Select the green color and just make to 0% saturation, also the cyan color, and just make it to around -75, and also the blue color and just make it to around -75 or 85 would be pretty perfect. Minor tint of blue should be seen in the photo. So here we have almost completed our pure making black and gold effect of the photo. Now let's select the red tone from here and we're gonna fix the skin tone. Just make a slightly to around yellowish or goldish tone of the skin. So as you can see the difference, it is really making an amazing difference to the photo. Now let's select the solid color or the adjustment layer of the solid and make sure to select the black color. Decrease the opacity, change the blending mode to overlay. Now select the mask tool, select the brush tool and just erase the area where you want to delete that black tone. So select the black color on the foreground and just erase it with the help of eraser. Now also erase it from the area like your face and also from the background, because we want only on the area that is of wall. We want to create a dark moody wall, right? because it was actually over whitish exposed wall, so we have to delete that or the remove that whiteness from the wall. So as you can see, a huge difference can be seen in the photo with the help of solid layer by creating it. And now the next thing we are going to do is that place this below the hue and saturation layer. Now again we are going to first of all merge both the layers. Let's create a new layer. Again do the same process. Select the brush tool and select the soft round brush, and here we are going to select the creamish white color or pure white color. Or creamish white would be pretty perfect because we want to create a backlight effect, guys. This is a very important thing of Toni Mahfud. If you will notice, then mostly the photos are very much backlight photos, so we have to create that backlight effect. So let's just create a clipping mask on this and select the creamish color and change the blending mode to screen of that layer, and we'll just add brushes on the edges of the model as well as on the wall edges. So you can see by painting the borders of that model, it is really making an amazing realistic that sunlight effect it is giving to your photo. That is very important thing, guys. Now press Ctrl L from the keyboard on the models layer, and we're gonna just enhance it just a bit with the help of moving the slider from left to right and right to left a little bit, so it will just bring back the details of the model. Now we are just merge both the layers. Before merging, again we are going to create a new layer. Again do the same process, select the brush tool and create a clipping mask, change the blending mode to screen, and also we're gonna paint it on the edges of the wall from top to bottom. Whole wall should be painted, the edges, because it should look like more realistic that the sun rays are actually coming from the back side, right? So we are doing this thing. Now decrease the saturation, and we're gonna just increase the whiteness because we want to create a perfect whitish effect on that particular backlight. Now again just press the Ctrl U from the keyboard and just make the model's photo to kind of reddish gold effect. Now guys, the next thing we are going to do is just merge all the layers. Before merging, still we are going to do some more adjustments. So let's just create new layer. Select the brush tool and we're gonna create a backlight sunlight from the back sunlight to the photo. So just create a new layer, create a brush tool, give one stroke of that and just place this below the background layer, above the background layer and below the models layer. So it should look like the sun rays are actually coming from backside of the model. This will make your photo more similar to that of Toni Mahfud, and a kind of cinematic vibe it will give to your photo. Now again let's just create a new layer. Select the brush tool and make sure you have selected the white color over here, and we're gonna paint one stroke of that also, and press Ctrl D and enlarge this also, and we're gonna just place this above this sunlight soft light layer which we have created, and we're gonna just place this above that layer. Now as you can see, it is really making your photo an amazing theme, right guys? So here we have almost done our process of adding the backlight to the photo and kind of amazing vibe to the photo, which is an amazing effect. So as you can see, this light is making your photo more realistic. So again, let's just add some more light to this wall with the help of brush tool. Now let's just merge all the layers. Just right click on it and select merge layers, and here the real process start, that is of color grading the photo. And the next thing we are going to do is, before doing this, first of all we will reduce the size of the image because it is actually very bigger. So we are going to reduce it, right? And just hit OK and it's done. Your Photoshop will be hanged, so it is very much important to reduce the size. Now we can do the rest of the thing. Again, let's just crop the tool, select the crop tool and just crop the button. Now we are going to go to the filter, select the camera filter, and here we are going to do some more adjustment, a minor adjustment to the photograph. This is the step 1 of color grading. So we're gonna increase the contrast, then we're gonna just increase the highlights a bit of, and we're gonna reduce the shadows from the photograph because we want a very dark moody effect. So we are going to reduce the shadows, also reduce the whiteness from the photo. Let's decrease some more blackness, and we're gonna just add a bit of vignette to the photograph. So just make an amount of around to -23. This is totally up to you guys. How much amount of vignette you want, you can just add it. Now we're gonna, here shadows should be of 209. Press the value and make the saturation, this is according to you, around +14 would be pretty perfect. Here select the calibration and move the slider from -10 to saturation to +30. Here we are going to perfectly grade the skin, that is a gold skin. So select the red primary color and just make a gold skin to around +30 or +20, and just increase the saturation to around +9. This will create an amazing gold texture on your face skin, and just hit OK. So here we have done our first process of color grading, and now the next thing is the very important thing, right? To smoothen the skin, to create a dodge and burn effect, right? So here all we're gonna do is create a new layer, select the square marquee tool and just select the face area and just right click on it and fill it with the 50% gray and just hit OK. Change the blending mode to overlay. Right now here we are going to create a perfect jaw lines to the photograph. In this process, this is a dodging and burning process, but it is an unique and kind of different process. So here we are going to create a perfect jaw lines. So just move in the position wherever you want to move, that's dodge effect. This is very important thing guys. Just move it in the direction where you want to create a dodge effect. So I'm gonna just move it from this area just a bit to around on the chin. Just a little bit would be pretty perfect guys. Just like this way. So as you can see, it is really making a huge difference to the photograph. Guys, this is a very important thing or important important steps which you have to keep in mind when you are doing the process of editing. This is very important thing of creating an amazing photo, just like Toni Mahfud. So here we are going to select the brush tool, select the mixture brush. In order to create a perfect smoothing, you can select the mixture brush and make the white to 30, load to 29, and make sure you selected this brush and also the floor to 50%, mix to 38, and you can just do it a bit of smudging on the face. Now select the exposure and just move it in the direction where you want to create a burn effect. So as you can see to the face, it is really making your photo or the face perfectly that first process, so that is of dodging or making a jaw lines, sharpening the nose, making a pointed nose. As you can see the difference, here is the before and here is the after. A huge difference can be seen to the photograph. Now you can just reduce the opacity of the photo just like this way, so it will just create an amazing photo or the texture to the photograph. And you can also delete if you want to delete it from somewhere else. You can reduce the opacity to 50% and still you can just delete the area where you have created unwanted texture. Now just merge both the layers, right click on it and select merge layer. And here again the second process starts, that is of perfect dots and burns. So just duplicate the layer, change the blending mode to screen, just right click on it and select the blending options. Now here just move your slider from left to right by pressing the Alt key and just make a soft gradiented skin texture on the face. As you can see, a very gradiented or the golden skin texture is created on the skin, that is of dots. So just play with the slider and just do whatever is more suitable for your skin. You can just play with. And as you can see, and we're gonna just rename, you can see the difference first of all guys. Here's the before and here's the after. Now we're gonna just rename this layer as a dodge. And again we can just duplicate it from the original layer, change the blending, and here we are going to rename it as a burn. Change the blending mode to multiply. Now again do the same process, double click on it or right click and select the blending options. And here you have to move the slider from right to left and create an Alt key, press the Alt key from the keyboard and it will create another slider. And just move it in the direction where you want to create a perfect burn effect on the skin. So this will create a harsh and gradiented effect, that is a middle slider. Now just merge both make it a group, right? So press Ctrl G from the keyboard and just make a group. And now add a layer mask to the group and select the image and select the apply image. Now here we're gonna select the original layer, that is a layer 2, and just hit OK. Now you can see the difference guys. Here is the before and here is the after. Huge difference of dots and burn is done in this photo with the help of this technique guys. This is the technique which Toni Mahfud uses in his photo to dodge and burn the skin. Now here if you want to remove it from the area where you don't want, you can just select the brush tool and make sure you have selected the black color on the foreground and just remove it on the paint bit on the area where you want to delete that dots and burnt effect. Alright. So I'm gonna just erase it. Rather than on the face, rest of the whole thing, I'm gonna just delete it or erase it with the help of this brush tool on the layer mask. So as you can see the difference, here is the before and here is the after. So we're gonna just reduce the opacity of this just a little bit. Now again you can just select the dodge tool, and still we're gonna just paint it under the eyes region. So as you can see, it is really making a huge difference to the photo, this particular dodging and burning technique. And also we are going to do the dodging on the hand region. So select the original layer and just give us some stroke of the dodge. Now again let's just create a new layer, select the brush tool and just paint it with the white color because it is looking kind of dark, so we are going to make it more lighter. So just fill it with the white color and change the blending mode to soft light. Now here you can just reduce the opacity to around 10% or 20% would be pretty perfect. So as you can see, this is totally up to you guys. So as you can see the difference, here's the before and here's the after. It is really making a difference to the photograph. Now let's just merge all the layers. Just right click on it and select merge layers. So here the process we have completed. The first process of color grading we have done. Now here is the second process of adding some more textures or the falling particles, snow particles to the photograph. This will actually make your photo more cinematic. So just select all and just paste it by pressing Ctrl V. Right click on it and select the 90-degree rotate clockwise and just enlarge it with the help of Ctrl T or transform tool. Change the blending mode to screen. Now we're gonna just erase the unwanted particles which you don't want with the help of eraser. So select the eraser and select the soft round eraser and just remove the bigger particles or where you don't want, like area like on the face region of the model or on the skin or on the outfits of the model where you don't want. You can just erase it with the help of eraser. And make sure you don't added too much of these particles to the photo, because we want just a minor tint of some of the here and there particles. So to give a kind of cinematic touch to the photo, we are adding these particles, right? But don't add too much of over particles, and not at all recommended. Now just merge all the layers. As you can see, still you can just play with, and according to your convenience you can just delete it. Now I'm gonna just reduce the opacity of this and just merge both the layers. Right click on it and select merge this. Again I'm gonna crop it with the help of crop tool and just hit enter. Now just go to the filter. Here the second step of color grading starts, guys. That is a final touch of giving a perfect color grading. So just go to the filter, select the camera filter, and here we are going to do some more adjustment, that is adding a more darkish effect, that is of vignette to the photograph. So make a middle point, make the roundness and make the feather, and just make the highlights to 100%. Now just go to the shadows of split toning. First of all we'll go to the hue and saturation, reduce some blue color from the photograph. Don't add too much of teal or kind of bluish effect to the photo, because it is, if you will notice the Toni Mahfud effect, it is not too much of blue effect. Now go to the curve and just move a slider from top to bottom to give a minor tint of matte effect to the photograph. And just give a 1 point over here and 1 point on this portion. This will just make your photo or the effect kind of mattish look. Add a bit of contrast to the photograph and reduce some highlights. Reduce some shadows to get a black effect, and reduce little bit of whiteness from the photo, and just decrease some more blackness.
and we're gonna just increase this clarity to the photo to around +5 because we want to get the details perfectly, so we are doing. Now again select the shadows and just make the shadows to around 200 or 195 would be pretty perfect, and make the saturation to +5 would be pretty perfect, guys. So as you can see, increasing the saturation, this is totally up to you guys. Now here we're gonna add a grain. If you will notice the photo of the Toni Mahfud, you will find a grainy texture on whole photo, so it is very much important to add a grain to the photograph. So select the grain tool and add an amount of 10% grain and size to around 18% and roundness to around 65 would be pretty perfect, and this would be a pretty perfect combination of adding a grain texture to the photo. So finally guys, here we have almost completed our process of color grading and just editing whole thing. Now just hit OK. If you wanna do some process, you can just do it, adding a decreasing a bit of texture, just a bit, and just increasing in the clarity, texture to -2 and add a clarity to +2. And just hit OK guys. So here we have completed our process of color grading, the final touch. So guys, I hope you all have enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed, then just smash the like button so that it will motivate me to make cool videos and series like this for you guys for free in future. And as you can see the difference guys, the face smoothing and smoothing and the dodging and burning effect on the face is done perfectly. You can see the difference. Here's the before and here's the after. And guys, if you are new to our channel, then kindly do subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified of our videos and presets. Also guys, don't forget to visit my website, that is www.ashvircreations.com. On that website I'm gonna upload, you can find more presets and mobile lightroom preset, DNG preset, lots and many more cool stuff just for free. Guys, it will take 2 to 3 days to site is under maintenance. And also guys, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, just type ashvircreations. Also guys, follow my personal account, that is ashishchauhan1996. I'll put all the links in the description, or you can just search it on my Instagram. So guys, thank you for watching and bye bye till the next video. Till then guys, be creative and be awesome and be safe at your home.